All right, welcome back to the Triple A podcast, the show that gives you access to areas to everything music, nightlife, and everything in between. My name's Lewis. I got Joel with me again today, and we do have the boys who you do describe yourself or your genre as Asian persuasion.
Yeah. How good is that?
We have the boys from Oriental Cravings. How are you?
Good. Hey, what's up? What's up? It's good.
And we just want to say as well, this is a first double mic episode.
All right.
Wow.
So we've had two guests on before, but it was
double penetration.
Well, the last episode was with Harley and his girlfriend. So so yeah, obviously first having two people with two microphones. So
Ooh.
How does it feel?
how does it feel for you?
Did you have to buy another extra
No,
set?
we had everything. We just never.
So prepared.
Yeah. In saying that, I had to
go itching for it.
I had to buy an adapter today. I did buy that like an hour before we started.
Cutting it close.
Yeah, but how you guys been?
Yeah, it's very busy. My car got stolen the other week.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Go on, tell the story.
Well, I drove home one sad afternoon, and the garage was closed. I was getting new acoustic foams and stuff for my studio, and I don't know what. In the morning, my girlfriend was like, "Quincy, your car is gone, and the garage is open. What the hell happened?" And I looked, and someone just like took my spare key, and just drove off, man.
Did they have to know, like, would your spare key have been, was it obvious where it was?
Okay, so I was using the spare key like the week before for some reason, and like I left it in the kitchen. It doesn't usually go there, but the garage door goes straight to the kitchen, and he must have just seen the spare key. Yonk took it. I was awake that night working on music, right? I had my headphones on. My dog was barking. And I was just like, why doesn't she stop barking? Like because she randomly barks sometime at night. So I went in to go comfort the dog, telling him to shut up, and went back into the studio.
Comfort the dog.
And then there's probably this dude's probably just walking around my house, man, with like my car keys. So
but they say that like most of the time when people break in, it's within the daytime. Like you might leave your front door open, you're out the back.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I think. Like someone probably saw through the wall. Through the blinds and saw that the key was sitting in the kitchen, but I don't know how they got in.
No. But see, that's the thing. The police came in and said that they would have definitely gone in through the garage. The garage either because it was attached to my keys, it was either that it opened by itself in the middle of the night because I knocked it or something, or they had like one of those special remotes that opens all the garages or something. I don't know.
Let's go with number one.
Yeah.
So number one's the more logical.
Have you not got it back yet?
No, I'm still waiting for the cops to like call me back. And
what car?
Ford Mondeo. It had no fuel.
What's
I don't
the
even know how
license
far
plate?
they could have gone.
If someone sees it.
If you guys see it, 1GAT 814. I forgot my number plate, man. I'm so bad, dude.
That's exactly how he told it to the cops.
I think they're probably like, "Did you steal it?"
No, it's funny you say that. My brother got his car stolen too, and it was the night after a party. Someone left the side door open when they left, like early hours of the morning.
What the?
And then, literally, I was in my room. My sister and her boyfriend were in her room. My brother was sleeping in the lounge, so they would have been meters from where they came in.
Damn.
And then you just hear a car start. My brother's like, "Oh, that sounds like my car," but
Bro.
It can't be.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then but they ended up finding the car like after 2 weeks. But by then he already got the payout.
Yeah. See, they're so... Oh, imagine that happened.
No, I just... sorry. I had a friend who had their... Because I was trying to think. Someone tried to steal my car. They smashed the lock in my key. Like in the door.
Yeah.
They smashed it. I was like, why don't you just smash the window and steal the car? They've smashed it in and then that's it. They've left it. But someone that I used to go to school with, he had a VE Commodore. And if he watches, he'll know exactly that it's him. He had his Commodore and he took it. Some dude was like, meters up at Bunnings, so we can go for a test drive. So he did a test drive. The guy's driven and then he's got out. So he was in the passenger seat. He's got out to go back around. And the dude's just reversed the car and took off with the car.
What the hell?
Yeah. took off, and it's gone. Like apparently it was stripped within like the first few, like that day. They stripped the car for parts and.
That's so quick.
Yeah, but imagine that, like you going for a test drive, right, and then getting out of the car to like get back in the driver's seat, and then they take off in the Bunnings car park, and it was like on a Saturday or a Sunday. It was in the daytime.
Wow.
Like
I don't get it.
They visually saw his face and everything.
Yeah, but
still.
they've got to find that person in the car.
Yeah, that's what I see. They actually can't do anything. You know, it's so stupid.
Oh, they do all.
Yeah,
But you think the workload of there's like 20 cars missing, or someone just got murdered last night, like the priority.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
claim it in your insurance.
Who knows what? Yeah.
Did you have insurance?
Yeah. So like, I'm just waiting. They contacted me today and was just like, trying to figure out how much the car costs. So if you have any things about your car, like paperwork and stuff, send it over. And so that's what I got to do. But it's just weird because, like, all right, so the other day I was up north of the river helping my girlfriend's parents move houses, right? And we were at a Bunnings, bro, and I swear to God, I saw my car. It was different number plates, had the same dents, the same no hubcaps and everything, dude. I literally tried chasing it to try and like take a picture of it. Just take a picture of it. But I was just like,
But what would you do?
Well, obviously, like find out where that number plate is from.
Okay.
And then, you know,
you could
if that was
call
a stolen
the police.
plate, yeah. But still, like, I think I saw my stolen car. All right, where did he go? And what did the guy look like? What's the number plate? I don't know, and I didn't see.
So instead, you've got you running up in a Bunnings car park with a camera trying to take a photo.
Yeah, man, I don't react well in pressure situations, I guess.
One of my mates works at a high-end retail store, and he reckons they pretty much just tell you, like, if someone's going to steal shit, like, we got insurance for that. Like, if you go to try and stop them and all this stuff, you get in big trouble.
No, I know a number of people that work in and not even high-end, just normal retail, like chains. They specifically train you that if someone's going to steal, you just let them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth
the repercussions.
We don't condone stealing. They just, they just, the rate of stealing, they just don't. It's... Because at the end of the day, they're going to have insurance. B, it probably costs them $5 to make the item, and that's if it's like a $300 pair of jeans or whatever.
I'll just get my mum to make it, or my auntie in Indo.
But the other thing too, if you get in between them, there might be some sort of a issue.
But that's the thing. I think that's what they're more worried about is if something happens. Now, before we get any further, we got you guys a present. Obviously, it's what you've brought, we'll save for later, but we got you a present. So.
Oh, no.
Oh, what?
Now, I want you
I hope
guys.
It's Mi Goreng.
I want you guys to try and. What do you think it will be?
Mi Goreng. Oh, he thinks it's Mi Goreng.
Yeah.
I hope it's Mi Goreng.
I don't know. Green card? I don't know.
Green card. Well, you guessed correctly.
Yeah. There you go.
Dinner. And not one. We got. Woo. Yeah.
And I'm hungry.
Oh man, dude, this is dude. Literally.
Don't say we didn't get you anything.
Cannot live, dude. I thought we should have bought.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't be unfair. Yeah.
Is it racist that we just gave you?
No. Come on, we love this shit. You just gave us our favorite food. What are you talking about? Yeah.
I didn't realize because I've never eaten it.
What?
How have you not eaten this?
I just haven't, and I didn't realize how fucking cheap it is.
Dude, it's so cheap, man.
Well, did you buy them
Unless you're
individually
in
or did you
prison.
buy a 5-pack?
No, I bought it individually, but still, 65 cents.
5-pack, you got to buy the carton, man. You got to buy the box.
Dude, the
Yeah.
5-pack's like $2.
$2, man.
Yeah, well, I
It's so
didn't.
cheap.
I found it because I didn't know where to look for it.
Yeah.
But it was in like how they have like those sections. It's like they've got like the English section, and then they've got like this was literally in the Asian section, and it was all these like all the different types. I couldn't find like a box. But 65.
Well, the question is, are you going to try it?
Oh, maybe. Well, not now.
Yeah, of course not now.
But that is your dinner, so
Exactly. You better make it properly as well if you're going to make it.
Quincy
Don't
will
put
teach you.
don't put water. We have a how to make a perfect Mi Goreng video online.
Really?
Yeah, we shot it with Power Rats, so if you can find it somewhere on Facebook.
What's your best tip? What's your number one tip with making?
Okay, Jin, you can give it your number one tip.
I don't really have Mi Goreng once.
Always add
I have-
egg. That's your tip.
Yeah, well, egg
Isn't that on the fucking photo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but
you-
it doesn't
you
come
need
with
to.
the egg, does it? No, it doesn't.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I think the best tip is to add extra seasoning.
Extra
Salt,
seasoning.
pepper, whatever, garlic, salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
My best tip is don't use the microwave. Use the stove always.
Yeah, that grinds
Always
my
the
gears.
stove, yeah.
People microwave.
And the people eat it with the water.
Either have a bit of water sitting in there.
Mi
You have to
goreng,
drain it. It's
mi
meant to be
goreng
dry.
means mi goreng means fried noodles. So like it's meant to be dry. It's not meant to be like ramen, you know, when you're not meant to be like having any juices
Like
or soupy
soup,
or
yeah.
something or broth. Yeah,
That's like people that have they'll have like chai tea,
chai tea.
but like chai is just tea.
There you go. Remove noodles from water.
Yeah, it's just
and
like saying
drain
saying
well.
garlic aioli because isn't aioli means garlic, so it's a garlic.
But that's like chai tea is literally chai is tea. So you're just saying, can I have a tea?
yeah.
Maybe that's what
Or,
T2
or,
is.
or naan bread.
Oh, yeah,
Naan
yeah.
is bread.
Yeah,
So you,
yeah. Oh, the roti bread. Roti is also the same thing. God
It's-
damn. You got to make it easier for the white people.
I was just thinking then how like it's just a joke on like you just got like all these like these girls that are Instagram famous and they're just going in going, can I have a can I have a TT?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
But yeah, enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
This is actually a very sentimental thing to us, like Indomie. We always like. I don't even know, but we
That's
have-
part of our show.
It's part of our rider.
It's
We
on
use
our
it in
rider,
show.
yeah.
We
So
throw
we-
it to the crowd end of every show.
Well, I did watch your vlogs as well.
Oh, really?
And I think there was a part in there where you were like,
Yeah.
you're like, what's the first thing you think of when you say Oriental Cravings? And then you gave that girl Mi Goreng.
So we're just like Asian bitches, like in the background. Oh, because I was trying to make a point because there's a lot of people that that think our name is slightly politically incorrect, right? So we had a situation.
Oriental Craving.
Yeah,
It's all the people from the States.
States.
mainly.
It's not like you're white.
I
dude,
know.
right?
Like it's
Maybe
not like
it's
me and
his
Joel
fault.
are called Oriental Craving.
Dude, I can understand, but like it's so weird because like one time we've had a co-headline with this other DJ. I'm not going to mention who he is, but he was saying that, dude, we weren't allowed to put the posters up and the flyers up and post it up on our socials because you guys are billed the same as us. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like your name is politically incorrect, and it's
For some people,
and it might be a little bit racist. So our management told us we're not allowed to put it up, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like that sucks. Like for someone like us to be told, you know, to someone to say that because that automatically puts us in like a
disadvantage.
yeah. Because
Now you're in a box. Kind of.
because then what if like everyone else thinks like
We
that?
might not
you know?
get gigs because of that.
Yeah, and then we start thinking like, oh, we're not gonna get, you know,
Yeah,
this
but
because of that, this because of that.
But then it's hard to go off them kind of thing because usually the people that are saying that are they're the ones that are
Exactly.
it's going to excel your career. But it's like,
exactly.
do you suck the?
You suck the pee or not?
But that's serious. Like, do you do that and bite the bullet or not bite? That's a bad.
Talk about sucking and biting
You suck
bullets
the
off.
pee and bite the pee. No,
or do you just stick to like going? Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to stick with it and not.
it's funny because our manager is also Asian. Helena, shout out to Helena, and so we're all three of us always getting like a pickle, which is like, what are we gonna do? And she's always makes sure that everything relates to food because that's where it stemmed from. Like Oriental Cravings was named after a restaurant that was
Yeah, we kind of stole the name.
yeah in Malaysia. There in Kuala Lumpur, there's a restaurant.
Wait, hang on. You mean that you guys named your DJ duo that's an Asian DJ duo? You stole the name?
Not still. We borrowed it.
They slightly changed it.
Borrowed it without permission.
We might have borrowed it and stole the Google spot. You know, when you search it on Google.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
it's
Wait, so is the Google thing over there?
If you can search anywhere, I think Oriental Cravings. I think us. Is
Yeah, I
the
think
first
it's like the 5th or 6th.
Yeah, theirs is like they moved down now, but it was like a really good like
Yeah,
Asian
we're meant to
restaurant.
eat them in Kale.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I don't know why we didn't. Hey, it's so weird.
Yeah,
but
so-
his family friend like has a restaurant called Oriental Cravings, and we were making it one time. Like we're like just making music. Oh, well, let's
Yeah,
make
we
things
wanted
should
a name
call
that's kind of like represents who we are.
And we didn't really- we
It's,
did- yeah,
it's
we-
playful. It's funny.
And
Yeah.
it was just kind of like something like we're like, oh, it's just going to be like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was going to like, be like a full on serious project now. That
But there's a lot of people out there. I've said before, DJ Snake
yeah,
fucking hates his name.
does he really?
Yeah, he thinks it's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, guys.
Like, who the f- wants to be called DJ Snake?
It's too far in.
He's too far in. He's stuck with him. There's a lot of people out there that have their names are just they as you were saying before off air. It's something that you were like, oh, we'll try and see if there's something better, but nothing better ever comes along,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
stuck with it. But at the same
Exactly.
time, you can't change. Your branding is there.
That's it. We just gotta like embrace it. I mean,
Yeah.
like if people want to think of it as like, oh, you're craving Asian girls and stuff, so be it, man. Like we just love food,
I think it's more that Oriental's like a derogatory.
Yeah, that's also
Is it?
yeah. Apparently, yeah. So the guy also the one that we were meant doing the co-headline with, he was saying that it's like saying the N-word for Asians. I don't know if that was taking it too far, but I was literally just like it was a shot in the heart, which is like, bruh.
I guess I don't think anything is like saying the N word.
Right.
I don't think that.
There's not a word
Exactly.
No, but
I
like
don't
the-
think
holds
so.
that weight.
There's nothing that holds that what went on for them. But I think it's
Oh, I could think of one, but I don't think it's appropriate to say it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
tell you
probably
off
not
air.
going to be.
What is it?
No, I'm not gonna do it. Oh, yeah, I found out as well what the word meant and how it got it, and I was like, oh, that is literally.
Is it a word
the
you say all
N-word.
the time?
Yes. and not intentionally.
I think it's the same as like the like wog.
Yeah.
Wog is not like
There's people out there that embrace the word
Yeah.
wog. They live by the word
Yeah.
wog.
no,
They
but
love
but just say it like now, like we'll like go back. And my dad's told me this a lot of like many times is that like when he was a kid. So I'm Portuguese, right? When my dad came over to Australia,
Yeah.
and he was going to school, a lot of the people would like when they called him a wog, like that was like calling.
The N-word?
Yeah, like I don't like to say that because it's not.
But
But
it's like calling an Asian like a chink kind of thing.
exactly, it's something like like it was a word that didn't hold a nice meaning. It was
Yeah,
basically like a f you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. Like, and he was saying now that it's like.
Super walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but like, there's a lot of like, I guess now he was saying that like the way that like any type of like, so you got Portuguese, you got the Serbs, you've got like the Italians, the Greeks, all of that kind of thing. Now
they're
it's
classified.
moved into like how they were treated is
Yeah.
now how the Asian community is treated, especially over like you go over east. It's kind of like you know what I mean. Like it's like you.
Yeah.
Like it's weird how it changes and how like the society moves. Like I guess all the like the Serbs and all that have kind of like is now their territory, and now the Asian community is now like the minority. I say that loosely because you're definitely not.
Yeah.
It's not a minority.
Taking over.
Yeah.
I love the way you suddenly just take it over.
He was literally just quietly just
You're
like.
Yeah, all better learn Mandarin.
Yeah. And speaking of that, like because after this whole sensitive thing with our names, people thinking it was sensitive, they were like, "Oh, what would you like to name your tool poster?" And he's just like straight up and says, "What is it? Asian invasion." as a first debut in Australia, the manager's just like, "No, you are not thinking of any other freaking names now."
There's some pretty good ones I was tossed up.
What was it?
What's it? Walk and roll.
Walk and roll.
Walk and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock out with your walkout. I don't know.
Are these all yours?
Nah. I wish.
Do you know, I speaking of Mandarin, we go to Yum Cha and my grandpa can speak Mandarin.
Oh wow.
So it's hilarious. We'd be sitting there and
He's
like
Portuguese and he speaks Mandarin.
yeah.
How did he
That's
learn?
crazy.
I will speak.
Okay.
How my family is. It's. We'll talk about it later on. But when we would go out to Yum Cha, obviously we all look white.
Because you are. No, there's no backstory. There's no backstory.
No, you no, but I'm saying like in the sense of like when someone compared to like an Asian person walking in, they're just. It's just another person, but we look out of place.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I
Like,
understand.
so we would go there and you'd have people that like they're serving up the food and they're walking around and they would say stuff and like be like, "Oh, look at these people" or whatever, and they'd be talking shit about us.
ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ.
Yeah, exactly. And then my grandpa would like turn around and like start like they would say something and then he would turn around and start speaking to him in Mandarin. And then their faces would just drop because it's like,
oh my god, yeah.
they're like, and I've learned over time there's certain words that I can learn to listen out for, and I'm like, you.
Talking about me.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, dude.
No, but on a serious note, everything tastes better in Asia. Like, everything tastes better in
That's
Asia.
because you got the MSG and sugar. You got everything. Oh, I gotta stop doing that accent. Hey. I can't. I just do it all the time. I don't.
It's fine if you do it though. If we do it,
Yeah.
just like he does the wog voice, and I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
What do you mean I do the wog voice? You're the one that always walks around and goes, "Oh,
Okay.
No, but I'm serious.
Oh my
I'm like,
god,
oh,
Kazi,
fuck.
what are you doing? Hey, oh my god.
The guy was driving like a dickhead out front in this white car and just took off.
What do you mean?
No, like proper driving like a spastic and then just took off. You'd have to see it to believe it. Like, yeah, I'm not kidding.
What? What was
Just
the
out
car?
front.
Oh, really?
Took one of your cars.
No,
This is
yeah,
just driving
took
like
this
a-
car. I don't know. I don't know. This white car just took off with it, just doing like spastic skids out front, and then took off.
Shit.
Is it still out there, or is the car gone?
Wait, white car.
Yeah.
Mine's white.
Well,
You
what
want
do you
to
drive?
have a break?
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
After talking about all these stolen cars, let's not take any chances.
Did you guys drive?
Yeah, but I drove
It's his rental car, so it's alright.
What colour's your car?
My car's like silver.
No, I mean the one you came.
No,
So your car's like silver.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Now we're only fucking with you, man.
You actually serious? Oh, for fuck's sake, dude! What the fuck, you fuckhead! You guys just missed it, but we just wrecked those guys that stole that car, man. Staunch them motherfuckers.
Or the alternative is that everyone's just seen the footage of you out the front freaking out.
Where's my car?
So I don't know if we're going to put the footage in there or it'll be a separate piece, but yeah, we just pranked you.
Oh, dude, I actually legit, not even, I got minor PTSD after the fucking car got stolen, hey, because like, no, you can even ask Nina, dude, like literally every night, it would be like 12 midnight, I'd sleep with my fake Glock next to my bed. I don't have any other sticks, so I use your tripod, and I leave it there. You see my room, it's there, and every time I hear Stella going, and then I just hear like a car drive past, I literally get out of bed straight away, open the blinds, and sit there, and I stare until it walks past. And it got to the point where Nina was just like, Quincy, this is getting fucking ridiculous. Go to fucking bed. Like nothing is gonna happen.
You know what you need? You need one of those chains with on the end of it is your keys. In your pocket.
That's a good idea. But dude, like, I didn't even realize that was like a minor thing, but it was. Like, I was just super like, like a little noise like at night. I'll just be like, gotta check it.
Gotta get my rubber Glock.
That actually answers the question I was going to say. In episode 3 of your vlog, you're sitting in looks to be your studio, a studio, and there's a gun sitting on the table.
That's it.
That's it.
And I was like, is this just like a flex? Like, is he just trying to be like, hey, I've got a Glock like sitting here? Or
It was meant to be like, I got a fucking gun, don't steal my car. Didn't that fucking work? No.
Well, why is it in the video?
Yeah, why did you just forget, or was it? Did you just leave a fake?
Well, in the vlog.
He's literally sitting in your. It's sitting in your.
I don't think he knows.
It's just there as like a therapy thing, you know.
Therapy.
Like you're sitting there. You're like when you're waiting to export, or you're like trying to think. I just like sit there and play like.
It's like a fidget spinner.
Like basically my fidget spinner, basically. Yeah.
Just
Someone wants to give me a real Glock, they're more than welcome.
Yeah,
but that's a fake one.
You just have someone rock up to a show next time, and
here you go. I got your Glock. I saw your podcast. Gives me one. Imagine that. I'd be like,
that was a good Russian accent.
Oh, I love accents. Man.
Here we go.
Don't even get me started. He's heard it all. Every time I'm drunk,
drink?
that's literally that's my party trick. Everyone's just like, oh my god, the accent, and he just like walks out of the room. Yep, I'm not gonna be here again.
That was him asking himself to do the accent. It just comes out.
That was.
What's your best one?
I don't know. The one that's more natural is probably like I don't know. I do a lot of Irish, man. Like I speak a lot of Irish. Like if we're doing a podcast right now, Triple A. I got Joel here. I got Eugene sitting over there, my little favorite Asian friend. I got Mi Goreng, and I've got a bottle of water right next to my hands. All right, so I was born in Scotland, and I'm from Glasgow, and I went here when I was a wee bit younger, you know, and I enjoy it here in Perth. Perth is a very great place to stay.
Your challenge now is to speak the entire rest of this podcast.
Cantonese.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
No.
He has one Asian accent.
It's just universal for so your back, you hit your back, stand down there, stand up, boy. You know that's my extent. I can't actually speak that. I mean, cut that bit out because it might be racist, but I don't know.
And the other accents were.
Yeah.
No, oh yeah.
You just get a Scottish and Irish and a Russian accent.
No, the Asian one. No, cut that out.
I don't want my mom to know that I'm trying to mimic her, man. Yeah. But yeah, I just love. I know. Every time I hear a new accent, I'm just like, oh my god, that's fucking interesting. I'll try and copy it. You know.
What's one that you want to do? But
Oh, like I'm trying to learn like a South African. Yeah, it's fucking hard to learn South African, but you know, some of the words I can't. You know, it's really. It's like some of the words like super hard like to get like because it's so similar.
You're picking a few very dangerous countries to do their accents. Like South African, Russian.
Oh god,
No, don't do it.
I think it's best to not do that one.
I want to give you a Glock up.
Yeah, but they're pointing at me.
Yeah, they won't point the right end at you.
Yeah.
Speaking of different countries and all that, and you told us a bit off air, but tell us some about the safety standards you've had to deal with overseas in different countries.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, we play this game, okay, every time we go on like play like overseas or like interstate, whenever we go to the airport, basically, when Eugene and I, we're always just like, oh, who's gonna get randomly selected?
Now we figured out how to get past it.
We literally have a best foolproof system. Oh,
it's about 80%.
No, dude, I swear to God, it works every time.
Okay. All right.
You just you take your time like hell long, and then you just wait until someone goes, and then you start walking off, and then they'll usually pick the person in front of you, and then you just walk off. So,
yeah. And then they're like, I want him.
That happened one time.
But it's really quiet.
Yeah, that happened one time. Like you got in, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do the same thing. And the guy just he was just standing there looking at me, and I was just like slowly putting my laptop in my bag.
Making eye contact.
someone else went, and I went as well. It's like, sir, please come through. I was like, for sake, this guy went before me, you know? Yeah.
But,
Joel, have you ever been stopped?
Yeah. The whole way to and from Bali, I got stopped.
What, once?
Yeah, see, if you're go to Bali, white guys get stopped.
Once you've been stopped. He's only been stopped.
Jaden seems to think it was because of him, but I don't know. I think they were like, look at these two blokes. Like, what are they doing with all that gear? You know, for a 2-day holiday.
I honestly, every time I'm all right, I always get the bomb surge.
Oh my god! Yeah.
The old swab.
Yeah, the swabs.
Yeah, I always get the bomb search. But my old man, every time I travel with him, he always gets picked up, and they're always checking me. We're just doing a random search. He's like, fuck off is the random search.
I got the sniffer dog ones too. They pulled 10
I
to the
put a
side.
sniffer dog with you.
They pulled 10 people to the side, lined us up.
Oh my god!
Lined us up, and then they're like, right, we're going to bring the dog out now.
What?
And I was like, oh, here. And then they brought out this big black hound.
What?
Comes, does like a loop around you. And they're like, oh, shit.
Down sit.
And like the thing is, you know you got nothing, but you're kind of like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Why are you nervous? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
like
man.
that, like that.
Always.
Once
hey.
I came through customs and I was so from like partying overseas, and I think the guy could like see it on me, and he's just like, "Do you have anything you'd like to declare?" And
Yeah,
I'm
because your
like-
eyes were like.
And I'm just like, I'm looking at him like, do I?
No,
I don't know. And I'm like, just trying to like remember everything. I'm
Getting
like,
your face off.
He
No,
actually
I don't have anything.
He goes to the custom officer. He's like, "Do you have anything to declare?" And he's like, "I don't know. Should I?"
do you want to just check just in case?
Can you just check in if there is there? Then yeah, I'm declaring.
But what about when they're like, why haven't you fully filled out that little ticket thing?
Yeah.
Why haven't you fully filled this out? I'm like, oh, no, I didn't really know that. And they're like, if it's a maybe, it's a yes.
Yes.
Because it says that on the card. They're like, if you're unsure, tick yes, and then they check you.
Yeah.
Now, so I really wanted to, I guess, take it away from all of this racism stuff that we're probably all going to get in trouble for, and talk about, I guess, RL Grime.
Oh yes.
I guess RL Grime was the first, your mix as well.
Yeah.
That was the first everything you posted, well, that you've left up on the Oriental Craving Instagram. I don't know if you've deleted anything. That was previous.
the when it got played is it?
Well,
that one?
the first post is I think a remix that you did.
Oh, as in okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
Right,
we went and culled a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then was it just quickly? Was there anything further back, or have you culled your?
We've called it.
Yeah.
It was some pretty
So
bad
basically,
stuff.
most of the stuff was just like like us, just like.
Oh, Quincy didn't have his blonde hair back then, so we had to delete it.
We're just putting on just like putting on like some tracks like willy nilly, but they're the proper ones that
You kind of gone through,
and going through just putting all the
It's
good
just like
stuff
scrolling
on.
down through your Facebook. You kind of want to get rid of all the.
All the
cringy
stupid
stuff.
Have you ever noticed that? And maybe this is this isn't a sexist thing. It's just an observation. As guys, if you look at our Facebook, we'll always get rid of like old photos, but generally girls will you can go back and you can see what they look like 10 years ago. Whereas we're like, nah, this doesn't need to be on here. You're like, I didn't have my blonde hair back then. We can get rid of that. Have you noticed that? Have you ever seen?
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't
lots
go
of guys.
through guys. Yeah, we don't look through guys. You see.
But I know
No, I'm saying
guys that'll be like,
myself.
I deleted all that.
Like my own
Oh.
I don't have photos that go back past maybe 5 years.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I don't have
Lewis over here.
I didn't hear it. What did he say?
It's a DJ Lewis over here.
Okay, there's a few photos, but no, but I don't have anything from back when I was in school. I look completely
yeah,
different.
for
You
sure,
know what I mean?
definitely,
Whereas
same.
I find that
Do you do that though? Because guys, I think this is the thing. Guys love to take the piss out of their mates, so they'll be like, "Oh, look at this photo!"
Oh, 100%, dude. Oh,
I've
I
got
can't leave anything.
And then you'll be like, I'm going to delete it, and your mate's like, I screenshot it already.
Yeah,
You can
dude,
delete it.
for sure. That is it. That,
And then
actually,
they
I think
post it on
that's
their
it.
birthdays. That's a guy's
Yep.
subconscious
Yeah.
thing.
I think that's it. I
Maybe
think
that's
legit.
it, yeah.
I think
we
that's
just
it,
solved
yeah.
it. We just solved it.
There you go.
Exactly what it is.
Females are a lot nicer people.
Oh yeah, legit.
We're all just to each other.
Because any picture remotely of me even doing like some has got a on it. Like I can't help it.
It's got a dick on it.
Every freaking time it's just like photoshopped. Especially like I've
So anyone that's listening to this, feel free to comment below if you've screenshotted that little grab.
Oh damn it!
I'll post it down below.
Yeah.
No, he's actually, dude, he literally will. And I hate having friends who are good at like Photoshop because it looks like I have an actual it's not like one of those like fake like drawings that I used to do with like paint, but it's an actual freaking like just there.
Don't you manage the Instagram as well?
No,
No,
Quincy does
I do.
now.
No, you.
I do. I'm usually the social media guy because I'm the loud one. So I
was going to
always
say
do
you
it.
could sneak in a photo.
He can still
I
do
do
it.
it anyway.
He does it anyway. Jesus
I've got
Christ.
access.
Yeah.
You're like, why is it blowing up?
Dude, there was one photo that we're doing like a press shot, and I was just like smiling, and our photographer took a photo like up close of my face, gave it to him, and he made like a World Vision poster. It's like, sponsor a child today. It's like,
I can't take the credit.
And I was just like,
great, though.
I was just like, where did
every
this
year
come from?
I make a Quincy starter pack.
Oh God.
What you guys? What would be in Joel's starter pack?
Oh,
here
the earrings are a must.
The earrings.
Yeah, like the studs.
Because you got 4 things, isn't it? 4 things in it usually.
Mainly, yeah.
So what would be his 4? So you got the earrings.
Oh, from what I'm knowing, it would be earrings. He used to correct everyone, so his name was Joel instead of
He still
Joel.
does.
He still does, so that would be another one. No, it's Joel, man.
2 more items.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, two more.
It's on
items.
you, Quincy.
Oh man, I was trying to think.
Oh, he started to say scucks.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Only when it feels appropriate.
Only when it's
Oh
cold.
my God! I remember some of the sayings that you used to spread around in school, man. Oh, Eshe? Eshe? Did you used to say that? I'm pretty sure you used to say Eshe as well. And
What's that mean?
I don't even know, man.
Are you sure I said that?
Yeah, dude. And then there was something else, man. I'm gonna have to ask like Reese Martin or something, or some of the other guys.
So what you'd say these sayings?
I don't know.
dude.
Do you know what I do remember though?
What?
I once did get a Scux pair of shoes, and you and your 2 brothers all bought the same pair. And I was like, what the I'm not going to wear this anymore. You're all wearing the same pair of shoes. You remember that though?
Dude, it's just dude, you were setting the trend, man. We had shoes.
No, and it was like quite like it wasn't what everyone else was wearing. It was like I went to Harbour Town to get a good deal. And the next minute I knew, like a week later, you know what I mean?
Did you tell him about the good deal?
Nah, he just thought they were cool. Like, despite the bargain, he was like, these are sick.
Yeah, I never had any good taste in freaking fashion.
And then obviously he
shoes or
copied me, and then
anything.
his 2 brothers were like, oh, we might get in on that as well.
Sounds like Quincy.
All right, what would be the last 2 things in his starter pack?
Oh man, I said 2. What you gotta add?
Help us out, guys.
Help me out.
All I'm thinking is like it's because it's photos, so you would have like photos of earrings, and then you'd have like photos of like your Joel logo, and then all I'm thinking is like another one. This is just a thing of just Asian women around you.
That's not even that bad. You can say that.
Oh, so you have Oriental Cravings, dude.
I've got a very big
Yellow
Oriental
fever.
craving.
Oh, yeah, let me call my cousins. It's all right.
Oh, my missus is Thai.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
You should see the feed I had this morning, man. You'd be licking your lips.
Oh, it's 'cause you were licking something else, I bet, though. Next question.
No, but recently you guys got your track played at EDC.
Oh, yeah. So it's
Bonnie and Clyde, yeah?
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde. Those sick guys. They hit us up and stuff. But it's been like
You sound so stoked.
Yeah. Oh no, I love it because it's always like a not a stressful, but like a very cool. Every time EDC Las Vegas weekend comes in, we're always like we try and send our tracks through to a lot of people and stuff like that, and like make sure that our shit gets played. And so like it's good. Two new songs got played this year. Last year we had Aerogram did an edit of one of our songs with the tattoo one that got played. And then that one debuted at Coachella as well. And then the one obviously before that was that Aerogram flip. So it's been good. So like we're trying to keep that, I guess, momentum.
How do those things come about? Like, and obviously, like you had like the whole Aerogram being on the mix as well.
Yeah. We had the what do you call it? Do you want to explain how we got the Alice in Wonderland? To play?
So
that's how it blew up.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think it was 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
well, Quincy just saw Alison just on Instagram
Story.
story, and
Saw her or stalked her?
No, like just saw her in a story. I don't know. Just when you're like looking through stories. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like prepping a set, and she was like, oh, maybe I'll just send the track through Instagram. Maybe she might respond. And she did, and she was like, oh, send it through the track.
Yeah.
And we sent it, and she's like, oh, sick, I'm going to add it to my set. And I'm like, oh, that'd be sweet.
And then so
didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. And then when we were watching it, and then she played it, and we were like, what the f-? And then she's like, messaged us. She's like, oh, I sent it to Sam and Wes. And I was just like, I don't know who those guys are. I'm like, Diplo and Jaws. So like they had it, then they sent it around to people, and then eventually R.O. Grime had it, and then that's when like and then he obviously takes it and he plays like a staple in his sets, and that's like, that was crazy. It was just kind of like steamrolled from there, and that's how our first momentum kind of like built up.
It is crazy. Like it is just a network. Like over there, like it is just like Allison and obviously like Diplo and all that. Like it's just. Oh, they get a track, send it on to like those few people. Like they're all within that community kind of thing. And it's just, but to them, it's just, sick. Like it's a dope track. But to you guys, it's like, like this is like,
yeah. We always thank them because it's just like literally like it like jump started our career, That made Oriental Cravings from like a joke for a project with weird names to now just like, they actually make music, It's kind of thing like that.
Have you had the chance to like properly thank her as well? Like
she invited us to her show in Sydney. We went, but we didn't. We never got a chance to meet her. Still haven't to this day.
You went to her show in another state.
Well, like, and because like she had all her family and stuff like that on AAA.
This is a home show for her, so like we got a guest pass, but we didn't know that could get us backstage. So we were just a bit like, she got her family and friends.
We just kind of like we don't want to like intrude or anything, and like it's just it's still cool that. She responds to our messages and stuff all the time and stuff, but like we never seen her in person or met her before.
It's funny how like you guys are just who you are, and you have people like Allison and any of those big names that like they're just people.
Yeah, right.
But like they blow up. Like it could be the fact that we're talking to you now, and there's a lot of people, like a lot of talk that like you guys will be the next big thing.
Hopefully, I don't know.
No, well, that's I guess that's the ambition, right?
Yeah,
like you don't want to be you don't want to be the next shit thing. But like it's just weird that like you guys could be sitting here and talking now, and then bam, like it really blows up, but you're still the same people. Like
I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
And even people might look at like the career and the what you've had so far and go like that's huge, like
they've cracked it.
And people might go, oh my god, like you guys are huge, but to you guys it's like you'd be slowly building it up, and it's just
I figured out, I don't know if it's for you, but I always find like I always set a goal. I'm like, okay, when our track gets this many plays or this it's gonna be good, we're gonna be smooth sailing from there. I'm gonna be happy with like where we are in our career, but like there's always a higher ceiling, Like the stress, if anything, gets worse, as in like I'm not saying that it's like a discouraging thing, but like as in the more you build up the momentum, the more work you actually have to put in.
It must be like hard for guys on the top like Flume.
Yeah,
going to come out with an album that would top
the next one, because that is like a crazy ass
having
pressure.
that pressure.
The one that you just dropped is like like the pressure the pressure to go, all right, so, and like the visuals, the whole thing was like to bring out something like the next, it's like what are you going to do, like and that's when you have like he took a shitload of time off,
shitloads,
and it's like but everyone expects like
something
you
crazy,
need to you need to be like, all right, so you just dropped this, that's awesome. What's the next thing you do? You need to drop that in 2 months' time. Like it's all that expectation.
But then it's the whole thing is like you got to remember that when if you put yourself, like you think about it like, Flume drops me, so if it's like crap, if you don't like it, you still respect the guy. You still like that guy is insane, right? That's like the thought that as creators we'll have to like hold on to, because like everyone's so quick to get. Like to think about, if they're not gonna like it, they hate me. That's where the pressure comes from. They don't like my shit. They don't listen. Didn't get in as many plays as it did before. My career is going down the hill. That's where a lot of creators, I feel, hit their ceiling and they start to like give up in their project, because they see that and then they get super discouraged. And then they're like, it goes down. Like you got to think of it as like, dude. You made a name for yourself, even though, one track or two tracks, like people like know it and remember it, like they're always going to remember you as a good thing. Unless you do something completely shit, like completely bad, like I'm not saying like, I don't know, like do something like, go to jail, or like what Dat Sick did, right? You heard about what happened to Dat Sick. Then now that's how everyone's gonna know about what he did,
That's not sick.
Yeah. As long as you just keep doing you, and then just put consistent stuff. I think you'll be above.
And I guess as well, like something that I learned a long time ago, and it's helped, is that like, so say you set yourself a deadline. For you guys, it might be a track. For me, it's a video.
Yeah.
Say you go, all right, the track needs to be released on this date. Needs to be released. Like, all right, for instance, these podcasts. We release them every fortnight at 6 p.m. on a Friday. That's the deadline that I've set. Now, if I don't meet that, then I'm going, I'm just saying, I've met every single one of them. But like, if I don't meet that, then I'm going, like, it's the end of the world. At the end of the day, no one gives a
Yeah.
It's the world keeps on turning, like say with a track or like music or whatever. It's kind of like you can't put that pressure on yourself to go, like I've had clients that are super demanding and they're like, oh, we want to post it tonight. I'm like, yeah, but that's, that. Like the public don't know. They don't know you're posting that tonight. So if you post it tomorrow, they don't care. Like it's not crucial. It's not
unless you specifically said on the on a preview like it's gonna drop in 3 hours. Like unless you make an announcement that does that.
But even saying that, like if something's catastrophically gone wrong,
it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. Like if you say releasing a track in 3 hours.
Generally, when you say I'm releasing a track in 3 hours, you've already got it made and ready to go. So nothing's gonna go wrong.
But like even
you wouldn't be that confident unless you had it sitting.
I'm driving.
Generally, like by the time he's going, it's out tomorrow. He's probably already got it edited.
Yeah, full on.
I mean, there's been some questionable episodes where it's like, it's dropping at 6 p.m. and it's been exported at 4.
It's like doing your assignment the night before.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Because I never did that before.
All of 2010 up across.
Do you know what? Just. It's not between you guys because everyone's going to hear it. But what I did once is, this was at Applecross too. I wagged 2, what do they call them now? Periods?
Periods, yeah.
I wagged 2 periods and sat on a toilet with the seat down and finished up an assignment. Waited till recess, just quickly got that last touch and went to the next class. And I was like, assignment's done.
Amazing.
Was he dodgy in school?
Oh, right. He was a funny in school. He did do shit like that though all the time. He's like, "Where's Joel gone?" Oh, he's not at school. Maybe he's in the fucking wagon again, like in the Garden City or something.
Do you know what one of my mates always brings up? How I used to sell shit at school.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Oh, you call me a fucking wog.
No, do you know what I used to do at school? I wasn't the only one, but I was one of the first people who did it. Before school, I used to go to Woolworths, and back in the day, you could get a 24 pack of Coke cans for $10.
Oh.
And then I used to sell them at lunch and recess. And then I'd buy a pack of Zappos. I'd buy a pack of 4 pack of Tic Tacs or whatever, and then you flog it. Because obviously, retail price.
I knew he had the hustle, and then he was always thinking of all these ideas.
So here you are back in primary school or whatever it was, selling Coke to people.
I got pulled in the office because remember they had to promote that healthy school eating shit. And then I was selling like Red Bulls and all this other stuff. They're like, you remember like Mystic Sub and all that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they pulled me in the office.
Kebab.
I slipped that once.
It was the kebab.
I slipped that out once, Mr. Kebab. And where was he from?
I have no idea.
So it was semi-racist.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Well, it was probably 100% racist, but it was semi-racist. You know, kids at school, they're little shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got pulled in the office and I was just being an absolute smart ass, and they ended up kicking me out because like I wasn't taking in what they were trying to do.
You were too much of a smart ass.
Yeah. I'm the only person that I actually know who's been kicked out of a detention session. So they're like, nah, just get the out. Like, why are you even here for? Don't bother coming to detention.
You just hacked in life, dude. Hacked detention.
Wait, speaking of selling stuff, all right, do you know what Lewis does?
What?
He'll be like, do you want this? And he'll name the item. And normally when you say, do you want, it's like, do you want a water? Yeah. It's like, give. And then I'll be like, do I want it or is it Portuguese price? And he'll be like, it's Portuguese. Of course it's Portuguese price. And I'm like, okay. So whenever he says, do you want like a whatever? I'm like, what, Portuguese or do I want it? Talking about me trying to sell shit.
Yeah, I'm not selling Coke to people.
It was Coca-Cola.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, just to clarify.
Healthy eating.
Nah, man, they took everything.
No
from
drugs were talked about in this whole podcast. Ding.
Did apples not sell well? Apples and bananas.
What do you think? Well, they didn't sell packet Mi Goreng either.
Yeah, because they don't know how to cook them there at the school, I bet ya. Jesus.
What's next?
So,
Well, I think we're working towards an EP. Maybe
Yeah.
First
before,
ever.
Yeah,
First ever.
before the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's our goal. We have, 4 or 5 tracks that are done. We just want to add a few more and see how it goes and slowly cull them.
and Asia.
Yeah, we're trying to hit Asia, trying to do a few shows there.
So that's like this year's goal and stuff. So sorry, were you going to say something?
No, I just broke my microphone.
Thanks for
Yeah, because
interrupting.
we finally got Mike on board. She's the guy that does the Asian bookings now. Shout out to Mike in Sydney.
Yeah.
He started off as a DJ. Yeah, I said it again.
A DJ.
Yeah, but one of those
Scratch DJ.
Scratch DJ.
No.
Was that so hard to say?
I couldn't figure out the word again.
Because that was sounding like a racist thing that you were trying he's a waka waka.
He's a waka waka. No, he's a scratch DJ, and now like he used to play Asia and stuff like that when he was younger, and so now he's like taking on artists, and so we went with him for a conference in Malaysia, in your home country, and we just networked around, met a few people over there, and we had like our first show outside of Australia and New Zealand. Yeah.
Yeah, well, in 2 weeks, we're heading over east for 3 shows in one weekend.
Coming up?
Yeah, so we're spotting quicks, just in Melbourne, Brisbane, and Sydney.
Oh, shit.
So that'll be good fun.
It's
Sleepless
gonna
night.
be so f***ing wrecked though.
One weekend.
I have to say, and I don't know what you're feeling because obviously you're over here. When you see someone and they're like, "Oh, we're doing an Australian tour," and it's like 4 shows in Sydney,
I know, right?
35 shows in Melbourne, and then 3 shows in Brisbane. It's like, bro, like,
Yeah,
there's like that. There's like an East Coast tour.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
no
like
shit.
a full. Do you? I guess you guys can class it as like.
Yeah.
You could say that's an Australian tour.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
That's Quick's Australian tour.
Yeah.
Because like frankly, that's basically what it is like touring in Australia. It's literally there's not a lot of places you can go,
The
right?
Perth scene's hard.
It's so hard to get in Perth now, and we're lucky we're from Perth, so we can do Perth shows. And obviously we have fans here and stuff, and that's much easier. But for people over east, like we've seen some of our friends who have crazy numbers over there struggle to do it here as well.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that will do that huge, and then they'll come over here and it's like,
Yeah, for sure, exactly.
they're like they become just your regular Saturday night DJ because
literally.
no one knows who they are. Or,
Yeah.
Even sometimes the Saturday night DJs get more pull than they do. Like that's just insane, you know. That's why everyone wants to go to the US because there you are. There's like how many states there are, dude. You could do one round touring in America and then you'd start again straight up because it'd be 3 months since you hit the first city.
Yeah.
Because it takes about 3 months to do a whole full tour run. That's like every weekend though. Friday, Saturday, 3 months, man. That's insane, right?
And you're complaining about doing 3 shows in 3 days.
Oh, I love it. I love
great.
touring. Like, I wish that could be like our life. That's like hopefully what the goal is, you know. But that sucks. How it's only three shows because it's 3 dates, 3 shows. Australian tour done. There you go, guys. Done in Australia. Like it's, you can't go anywhere else.
We have the most important question: will you be vlogging?
Oh yeah,
That's what I was going to tell you. Bring your gimbal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't vlogged.
Dude, man, like when you're talking about deadlines thing, I've been I shat myself. I actually had so much. No, literally.
That's just gonna be the grab where you're thinking, I shat myself.
But like, it puts too much
I don't
pressure
want
on me.
that in the video.
Well, it's good, man. Good content.
And then edit him running out.
I shat myself, runs out the front.
Fuck my life.
And then that other one where he goes, piece it all together.
There you go. No, sake. I always do this to myself. But it's just like it's hard. The pressure on getting it done. I tried doing it so like have one done. So record one for this week.
So
and then put one out
them?
last. Yeah, no. So yeah, I'll record one for the week last. I'll record them for this week. then put out last week's one. So I'll do it like 1 week, but it's hard.
What are you saying? You've put 5 episodes out and there's like a 2-month gap between them.
No shit.
What do you mean? Next week.
Like,
this week,
so
next
week. It's so hard, you know. So like, I gotta learn how to do it like how you're doing it, you know. Get like some already done, because I don't know. I think the vlog works better if it's just like fresh.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You need to have like
Good formula.
Well, and like it's not easy to be able to push that content out quickly, and like like you look on YouTube, there's a lot of people that have burnt out, like a lot of vloggers that are burnt out because it is that you get into that and then that realm of I need to post, and you don't know when to stop. Like the Casey Neistat.
Oh, dude, yeah.
He did a daily vlog. He did, I think, 800 something episodes straight.
Hell, dude.
And his reasoning for stopping, he was like,
can't do it, it's too much time.
No, he was like, my wife said she was going to divorce me if I keep going.
Oh my God, yeah.
So it's kind of like, but that, and he said the exact same thing. You get into that realm of like just continually wanting, like, like, all right, so we've got to make music, but I need to post this, I need to edit this episode. It's like, then what comes first?
Yeah, true. That's it. That's why that's the whole point. I was just kind of like, you know, I like even gave Jen to do one episode, like, so he
and he was like, nah. Wait, did you just outsource?
Yeah, that was like the best edited one as well, and I was just like, dude, that was sick. That was one where we had 3 shows as well in that one weekend. But yeah, it's just freaking hard.
He's going to get you to edit these ones.
More work.
Literally, because it's all on through a phone. Like sometimes it just takes some ages if I'd like airdrop them, or like the files are too big, or I run out of space, or like,
he has this weird thing where his clips uploads to the cloud, and his downloads and does some weird stuff, so he never has space on his phone.
It's
and he's like,
so
the file's not available. It's like trying to download, it's trying to upload.
Yeah, and then just putting it together, it's just like exhausting.
What type of phone do you have?
Just an iPhone 10, iPhone X.
I think he has like cloud sync on or something.
Yeah. I turned it off so it doesn't sync
How
to
many
the cloud
gigs do you
anymore.
have?
60 gigs.
Oh.
And 45 gigs of it is just videos and stuff.
Have you thought about deleting anything?
I've tried to keep up like deleting all of it, but there's so, because I've still been recording the vlogs. Like from Thailand, I got some from a couple of shows. I just haven't put them together yet, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
I'll
do that when I have
and then
free
you
time.
get to the point and it's like, do you put it out?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, maybe I should just scrap all that and just start fresh, like from now maybe. And then like if I've got to get like a good rhythm to it, you know, and then like maybe have 3 ready to go, and then just slowly put them out and stuff.
I guess you look at a lot of people, like a lot of DJs that they'll just do like a tour vlog. Like they'll literally, instead of trying,
so we've done that.
Instead of trying to put together like, I've got to like find some interesting shit about my day-to-day life, just putting together.
But we're trying to make it so that instead of just like, look at us going on tour, we want to make it informative. So we were trying to hit the niche about like a duo, what it's like being in a duo. So there was one video that we were actually giving some tips on if you,
I watched
on like on how to do a duo. So like that put more pressure, because we're like, what are we going to talk about in this vlog, you know? And then when we're actually recording it like live, we actually have to remember to talk about these things. And sometimes it's really unnatural.
Yeah.
You know, like we're out with our mates. By the way, if you want to know how to be successful, blah, 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 they're just going to be like, what the f*** are you doing? Like in the middle of dinner, just like sitting there on the camera. So I just got to get to, you know, maybe I got to do the vlogging first, like, you know, just like a normal vlog, and then maybe put the whole detailed stuff afterwards.
Have you thought to outsource it?
Or like give it to someone to put together?
Like have you actually thought about like?
No, actually I haven't. I just don't know. I don't know how much that would actually be to like for prices and stuff like that.
I know he's Portuguese telling you. That's why I'm laughing my ass off.
No, but
have you thought about outsourcing?
Man, I got a car ready.
No, but like there's people out there that like they do that. That's how they get their stuff done. Like
for sure. Like Will Smith and stuff, like all. Yeah.
What are you talking? Will Smith. His vlogs aren't shot fucking iPhone 10. They're shot on like $150,000 cameras.
Yeah, fucking probably. But I mean, it's like he gets them to all edit it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right? Are you talking about like getting a source from someone else recording it?
Well,
Or like-
either getting someone to record, or record it yourself and then giving someone to edit. Like, obviously he's not sitting on Premiere. Like,
no shit. Yeah.
I've got to upload this tonight. Do you reckon I should use this week's content?
Yeah, no shit. Well, like like again with the cute boys, like we are the guys who are our creative directors who do all our video and stuff. You know, we can't really bring them. It's expensive enough bringing just two of us going on tour every day, bringing another person as well. And
but even like as I'm saying, like shoot yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it becomes one of those things. Is like
it's someone not a personal.
Yeah, I think Quincy's kind of picky of how he, I don't know, wants to include stuff, change stuff around, and also like paying someone to do something that we can do. It's just time.
Yeah, but but time is more important than money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like you
He's trying to sell it.
Wait.
I
Do you want to do it myself? Because we'll pay you.
No, I'm saying time is more.
Time's money, man.
Hey, what time of money, man? Want to do a video?
Joel just do an Asian accent.
How do I take? I need to pop a squirt right now. As in, like, toilet.
We'll keep running. You can go to the toilet.
Yes.
Now we can find out what he thinks about you.
There's a camera in there as well.
Yeah, the GoPro's hidden in there.
Oh, shit. Is that fine? Yeah, sweet.
So how is it working as a duo?
Oh, it's good and bad because sometimes I get random expenses that pops up in the bank account, like Uber this weekend.
Is that right? You guys got like a
we got a joint bank account. It's just like a married couple. There's just
what did they
expenses.
think when you guys went in to do that? Were they like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, the accountant was nice. Well, he was like well aware of like what we're doing. But I think, well, Quincy's very straightforward. He tells like the whole story. You know how you go in and like, I'm just giving like a joint bank account for this and this, it's for business. Quincy's like, oh no, we're electronic DJs. We're actually going over east where we might need to. He's that kind of guy. But no, it's good because how if you hit like a creative, like a roadblock or anything, you always have the other person, or you have always the second opinion to bounce off ideas. So like, we're always moving forward.
How you guys were talking about doing the vlog? Do you find that doing those little extra things, or even like with your social media and all that, it's easier because you do have two people?
Yeah, 100%. So Quincy manages all the social. Quincy manages all the social media. And I do a lot of the admin stuff, which is why I'm going off at him for spending random cash.
Yeah, fair enough.
On the business account.
Yeah, I'm the
So what happened with this Uber?
With the what?
You had an Uber this weekend. Where'd that go?
Sneaky
McDonald's.
Really? You want to
know? It was from a slosh on Saturday, and she just called one, and then from the what is it? Doodle Shack, and then we went to Macca's. And then
from the Doodle Shack? Is that Joel's house?
What?
No, Peter Sapedi, he lives with a couple of blokes, and they call that the Doodle Shack. It's like the headquarters.
Oh, like the fest. Is that what you meant? Like the house.
No, that's the name of the house.
Pretty much. I don't know. He's probably going to watch this. He's going to be like, "F off, Joe. What the Sapedi."
Well, look, you've just gone to the toilet, but we're almost coming to the end. Obviously, Joel, we usually get Joel to ask. He likes to ask the important
questions.
Smart questions.
Always.
All right.
Yeah.
This might be a few in one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you're currently trying to push out or work on 2 tracks a day. Mm-hmm. Do you just talk us through your work process and the creative process?
Okay. Sweet. 2 tracks a day. Boom. I do one. Boom. He does one. We don't work ever in the same room, in the same studio. He works at home. I work at home. It's like that's why we like have a we work pretty quickly. That's why we're really good with deadlines, especially like we can bang out a track like pretty quickly because we work like that. We use Splice, which is this like app. I don't know.
It's like Dropbox for
musicians. Basically, I click save, boom, it goes to the cloud. He can open it. It's back and pick up where I left off. So he'll be working on a track, and then I'll be working on a track, and then at the end of the day, I'll be like, dude, I'm done working with this one. You done work. You put it on the cloud. We'll just kind of swap over, and then. Yeah. And then it just, dude, like in a week you can finish off a track like super easy just by doing something like that.
Because if you're at a block and you might work on it and come back.
Yeah.
And go, we should
not
do
even
this.
that. It's just like I'm at work. Your turn to hop on that one. He's at work. My turn to hop on that one. It's always. We just got to make sure that always the project is moving forward. Always like that's what we think is consistent. Is like consistency when it comes to doing like a brand, especially in such a saturated market, right? You have to work harder than the next person, dude. Yeah. And so like I feel like we have really good work ethic when it comes to music. Like I've quit like playing games and stuff like that and so on. It's just about getting your heads down, and then that's good. Obviously, doing a lot of different projects, you can never really hit a roadblock because you're like, oh, this concept might not work for this, but let's try on another one. Or like, I'll get Eugene's idea to put down, and sometimes he makes some crazy idea, and then I'll open the project back again, and boom, spark comes up.
There's always someone thinking of the project.
Mm-hmm. There's always like
moving
that.
Forward, yeah.
And you said you had a few.
Your next smart question.
Yeah. You can be more specific if you want, or you can be broad.
Yeah. Obviously, you guys are from Perth. Mm-hmm. You explained what the Perth scene's kind of like, and coming here, leaving. Like, what kind of advice could you give to people in such an isolated city like this? Mm-hmm. Obviously, trying to do what you've done. Like, you guys have done Asia, New Zealand, Australian tour. You know what I mean?
I don't think that Perth being isolated has anything to do anymore because of the internet.
Yeah.
Like you could be living in the country town and make dope music and blow up.
Yeah. But what's cool I find about Perth is that it's such a, it's not like a super crowded city. It's like you said, it's so isolated. So therefore you can get inspired just by like just walking out, like going somewhere, like explore your backyard or something, It's really easy to find inspiration when there's not a lot of influences and like fucking advertisement being like, fucking buy this, listen to this, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, like you're going to LA, you step off a bus and people are giving you their mixtapes and stuff. Like you don't get that here, And so like I think that's a big advantage as producers from Perth. Why a lot of people actually say that, Perth breeds some of the, greatest producers or something, and then the singers come from like Melbourne, and I don't know, just people. That's what I hear, like rumors or something like that. Maybe because like the isolation is good because it makes you focus and cut out all the bullshit that exists there.
We've had some huge bands as well come out.
That's
of Perth.
What I'm saying.
Like
dude.
it's.
There was an AC/DC from Perth.
I heard there's a bit of a grey area about AC/DC.
Yeah, that's. I was more thinking you've got the likes of. Birds of Tokyo at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
They're originally a Perth band.
It's crazy. Pendulum was.
Yeah. You've got In Excess.
Oh, shit.
Well, they're from here. It's a great, like an AC/DC kind of thing.
They started in Sydney, family moved over here, and then they kind of signed back. We claim them as ours, basically.
Same like AC/DC.
But you know what I mean? Like, we've had, like, the guys from Birds of Tokyo. What?
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Whenever we get that small, they're from Perth.
Dude.
They've been to Perth? Yeah.
The guys
from Perth.
The guys from Birds of Tokyo said that they...
Did you say Perths of Tokyo?
Birds.
He said Perths of Tokyo. He does it all the time on the show that goes.
The guys from Birds of Tokyo said that the isolation is something that, like, you can kind of perfect your craft because there's no... Like they said, and obviously it's a little different for DJs, but you're not playing in a room and you've got like an agent or a talent scout sitting in the back of the room going, oh, mate, or like a record label going, oh, shit, like we might sign these. It doesn't really happen here, so you can perfect your craft. And then you go over there to the Eastern States or over to America or whatever, and that's when you've gotten so good already that you just kind of hit the floor running over there.
And you don't get that pressure from like people like peers, other like, because just say again, for example, like I've never been to LA, but I can imagine like, because everyone's end game, right? So all the producers, the best producers in the world are probably there. Can you imagine making something and then seeing like 10 other producers release, and they're releasing all these crazy ass banger tracks, and you're just there like, that. I'm not putting that out. Like when you're in Perth, you literally just drop the track. Like, let's just put it up. Like
everyone's a someone over there kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so like over here, not saying that everyone's not a someone, but it's just like you don't have that pressure, you know, to be like.
Plus rent's cheap.
Yeah.
Turvees.
Exactly. It's way cheaper than freaking Sydney, man. God damn.
Yeah.
Sydney is just wow. Like it's insane over there. They got crazy talented people also in Sydney, you know. But that's
they have to be to pay for their rent.
They have to hustle.
There must be a lot of doodle shacks over there. All these blokes sharing houses.
Did you just?
That's the first.
Oh, there's my souvenir right there.
And do you have a final question that you want to ask him?
Yeah. Hey, Joel, come on, hit me with your best shot.
Well, I know you originally started with guitar in terms of like musicalness, but what are your guys' takes and your experience with like traditional kind of music education? No, I mean like
What are you people? You Mi Goreng people.
You're traditional.
What are you?
No, not traditional,
You
but you know,
pluck the ting ting or you blow the ping.
even with like photography and video, some people go through uni, TAFE, SAE, like.
Yeah.
Having Asian parents.
You started with the. Were you
With the piano.
a piano genius?
As soon as I was old enough to be like, probably not. I was like, I took the easy way out.
But he started off. You started off like DJing as well, pretty early.
Yeah. So I started out DJing. That's how much.
How old were you?
20. I was 20, I think.
Yeah.
19, 20. Yeah. So DJing.
Like, out of like in our friends group and stuff like that, like he was the DJ, you know, of it. Like we were like, oh, let's go watch Eugene play. Yeah.
Back when Big Room House.
Yeah, dude, and he was in a duo called Not So Hot.
Not so hot.
That's a pretty good name. Pretty good name.
And basically, so he started like, we played a little bit of piano. I played a little bit of guitar, but it's just like, I don't know, because I did music at school in Applecross, and so like I learned some music theory, but half the time it's just like, when you what in production is whatever sounds good to you, and you can fight for it. Like there's no right or wrong. It's art, you know. Like you can grab a piece of shit, throw it on the wall, boom, art. Someone will probably buy that for $1 million. I don't know about your shit, but my shit, they're probably.
You go check the bathroom then.
But did you guys like go to like a production school?
Yeah,
Nope.
no, we just pretty much went to YouTube school.
YouTube school,
Yeah.
YouTube.com, literally the best teacher. Hey,
And
like
just mucking around, I think.
and like
Multiple lectures.
It's definitely.
Tell you.
Online school.
It's definitely the best, like especially when you're like with a mate just there. Like you can be like, oh, he learned this technique or something, and do it and then implement it, and that's how it is, I guess.
Well, look, obviously we get everyone to bring something on to the show to leave for us. You've brought some stuff. We're 50-50 whether you're going to leave it here.
yeah.
But
I might just drop my jacket. I don't know.
You're going to drop your jacket?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, go
it'll be framed.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But a lot of people want this jacket.
what have you brought? What were you thinking of bringing? What's the story?
So we bought
behind
this pack of Mi Goreng.
Oh.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just like.
it was 60 cents. I know I paid a bit of high price.
65.
65.
Well, so I bought my OC jacket. That jacket was like the jacket that
This was my first AAA for my first music festival I worked. It kind of got me in the industry.
It's not a AAA.
It's ass.
It's an ass. It's higher than a AAA.
Access all shitheads.
So that is Future Music 2013.
Access all
Shit,
stages.
Access
all stages.
That's a while ago.
Yeah, I drove buggies for that
Yeah.
that festival, and it was the best. It like pretty much like motivated me.
Is that just picking up
shit.
like artists?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he got us
stages.
me a little job as well, volunteering. We had to pick up the artists from like the airport, and I was just like crazy, you know. It's just like this random like European dude comes to me and it's like, yes, hello, I'm Darude. I'm like, oh, Darude, you know. I was like, we were picking this guy up. We had all these like signs for like people that's coming through, you know. I had like, I don't know, it was like Carnage or some people, like a whole bunch of people. And yeah, we all got to like pick him up from the airport and shit. And he drove him around in the buggies.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Were you picking their brains while you had them, or were you just quiet, like, oh shit? That's
Dude, yeah, we did. Yeah, didn't say anything. Like freaking knife party, Rob Swire and stuff. He came over there as well. Well, we didn't want to like ask too many questions. You
could
know?
have got your laptop out, or like low key in the
Dude,
car played your tune.
We weren't even
and
like,
they would have been like,
I
"This is
wasn't
dope.
even-
Who's this?
yeah.
This is our song."
I don't think
on the radio, just like
Yeah, dude, no shit.
What
like,
do you think of this? This is popping off
This
in
shit-
Perth right now.
Yeah, what do you think of this? There's a shit house. Oh yeah, I thought so. That's what I thought. You're just like,
crying in the background. So you don't know whether you're going to leave that with us or not?
Oh, has a bit of sentimental value.
I mean, it will be hung directly behind you.
man, you're negotiating. See, a Portuguese negotiating with Asians. We never want to let things go. And you're
Portuguese
always just
price.
Yeah, 2 packets of Mi Goreng.
Well, it's not Quincy, so it's only been one. Nah, I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't
yeah.
know. But we definitely have some stickers.
Yeah, definitely have some stickers to give back to you as well, and also I'll probably leave a jacket.
Yeah.
Where are you leaving your jacket?
Yeah, we got the new merch anyway. And
So I love how he's like just trumps you. He's like, I'm leaving the
Well,
jacket.
I got to. I mean, if
Well,
I really need, when we play our
Are we
shows,
going on tour?
yeah, I'll wear the other one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I love how
we got the new uniform.
That's fine. I'll leave
The
it.
new uniform.
Yeah.
I'll leave it.
We got the
The new uniform. The sushi uniform.
the sushi uniform.
So
legit.
are we doubling?
Is it actually? So you're dressing up like the else?
So every time we play out, we always we dress. I always go full white, and he always goes full black, and that's the reason like why my hair is technically meant to be white or like grey or something. But yeah,
That
we
worked out.
we color code ourselves and stuff like that. So we always like wear uniform. But now we've been wearing that jacket for like years, and so now we step up to a different uniform, like kimonos now. It has like more room to breathe. Now we're gonna try and like actually design like our own clothing line and shit, like maybe for OC for merch.
Clothing line.
Not a clothing line, but like just OC merch.
First I've heard of it.
Because it's pretty. When were you gonna tell me this?
What's been brewing up there?
We've just got an exclusive.
Yeah, but
So
yeah.
are we getting a double up? Are you gonna leave that? And
Yeah.
Are you
I'll
gonna leave
leave
the
it.
jacket as well?
We'll
Okay,
swap
yeah,
it
yeah.
out next time we come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's saying that at least you got the stickers.
yeah.
That's a guarantee.
I'll keep the stickers now.
No, we'll get I'll get it. Now we've got a shitload of shirts and that, but we'll get it framed. It'll sit up there,
Yes,
up the
definitely.
top. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sick.
I love the
Sick.
way how you you on the sly fought for the jacket, and now you're like, oh, now I gotta find it.
Frame it.
I gotta frame
We
it.
might need to get some mannequins, I reckon.
Yeah.
Mannequins. Nah, that'll creep people out. You imagine walking in here,
Dude.
there's a little mannequin on the
Of
side.
me and put
No,
my
just
face on
the
there.
torsos. Just get a couple torsos.
That's even
Damn,
worse.
that's even creepier, man.
And then he'll just see a shadow. He'll be like, there's someone here. Quincy will come around with his plastic Glock.
Fucking hell, man.
Well, thank you for taking the time to come out and come
Thanks
on
for
the show.
having us.
Of course,
It
no
was
worries.
great fun.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah,
It was good
It's been
to it was good to have a duo on here as well.
It's been our
so-
first podcast. I mean, we never really. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's been fun.
Yeah, well, you're welcome back anytime. Or
Yeah, for sure.
once you guys just don't forget us when you blow up, and, and we like slide into the DMs like, hey, can you come back? Nah, we're too big. Now.
Scene.
The
Yeah,
email goes to the spam box.
If you guys also need to like want any like artists in Perth that you want us to recommend and stuff, like we know so many cool people that
Definitely.
we want to we could like recommend you guys and stuff.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
pick their brains.
Anyone that has like, whether you guys, anyone that's watching, listening, if you have someone that you want on, let us know.
Yeah.
Like we've literally like we just recently locked someone in that's coming on eventually.
Do you guys have just like it's a you guys are across the board? Hey, like very like comedians.
Yeah, it's a
movies,
music,
actors.
nightlife, anything in between. So like
Yeah.
anything
Entertainment.
Entertainment,
yeah, anything
yeah.
within the entertainment industry. So like we've had like requests for certain people, and we've locked them in now. Like it's if people want to like if people want to see those people, then we'll get them on. We'll make it work. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Diplo, like if you like keep it reasonable. Like,
for sure.
but yeah, definitely we'll chat off air and
Yeah,
organise
no
that.
worries,
But
man.
Look, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you taking the time out.
Awesome.
But thank you for watching the AAA podcast, the show that gives you access to areas to everything music, nightlife, and everything in between. If you want to watch more videos, you can click up here. If you want to subscribe, you can click up here. Other than that, leave a comment, share. As we were just saying, if you have a request for someone you want on, leave a comment below in the comment section. But other than that, we will see you in 2 weeks' time for the next episode.
Arigato.
Arigato.